Now getting more news in, Congress delegation to go to Election Commission at 5 p.m. over the crisis in Gujarat. The Congress top brass has decided to take the matter up to the Election Commission, knock on their doors as the crisis continues in Gujarat. Out of 57, 6 defected, 51 is the strength in the 182-man assembly in Gujarat for the Congress. 40 of them sent packing, still 11 left. According to sources, 7 more could join them, but still, it's a situation where Congress finds itself in a dilemma. August 8th is when they are likely to be brought back before the Rajya Sabha polls. They've already raised the matter in the upper house of the parliament with their MPs, but they've been given a strict answer. It's your party, control it, get your own house in order. Now, this is what the Congress alleges, that the BJP is doing underhand trading, even pressurizing many of the Congress MLAs by state police to defect. Some reactions coming in. Maushmi joining us on the story as well. A big development, Maushmi. The Election Commission is where Congress has decided to put its faith in. But what are you hearing from your sources within the party? What about the failure of the top leadership to reach out in the first place and to identify the crisis in the past 48 hours, the shake-up that one has witnessed in Gujarat? How is it possible the top leadership was not aware of what's happening in their own party?
See, the Congress leadership has failed to read the writing on the wall to Gujarat and now Uttar Pradesh. If we talk about Gujarat, it was always coming. Waghela was a difficult nut to crack. He was insisting on being the CM nominee for the Congress in the upcoming Gujarat polls. And the Congress leadership knew right from the political advisor of Sonia Gandhi, Ahmed Patel, that it is going to be a difficult task appeasing Shankar Singh Waghela, because he was asking for a bit too much. He was trying to push his agenda through the Congress party. And once Waghela had actually cracked, there would be about 1 dozen MLAs and even more, about 15 of them to follow. So the question really is that what was the Congress leadership actually doing? Now, if you look at the way the Congress party has projected this entire thing, that BJP is indulging in horse trading, they are buying out MLAs, they are offering money and they are using muscle power, they are using the police. This is all, crying over spilt milk. Why didn't you take a preemptive step? The stake is your credibility is at stake. Your political advisor Ahmed Patel is supposed to return from the Rajya Sabha from Gujarat, and here you are in deep waters, and then you blame the BJP for not getting your house in order. Now what we believe is the Congress is going to do is going to appeal to the Election Commission, it's going to the Election Commission and going to accuse the BJP of horse trading and going to appeal that the anti-defection law should be applied in the case of those MLAs who have switched, and therefore they should be disqualified from the counting during the Rajya Sabha election.
But a heavyweight like Shankar Singh Waghela, then you had the party's chief whip Balwant Singh, both of them jumping the ship, and still there was no reach out, it seems, from the party. They woke up too late. A story that's often been repeated in different states, as you rightly pointed out, with Congress not reading the writing on the wall and the BJP taking the opportunity there. Be with me, Maushmi, because it's not only in the Congress. Let's take our viewers also through what's happening in Samajwadi Party. 3 legislative council members have quit the party. Sources saying that they're likely to join the BJP. SP MLC Yashwant Singh, Bukkal Nawab and Javer Singh have tendered their resignation. Also, sources saying there could be more to follow. Take a look at the reactions coming in. All right, Maushmi, here is the bigger picture. What's going to happen in 2019? You have Congress crumbling. You have Samajwadi Party left in disarray. You've had in Bihar JDU now with the BJP. 2019, what happens to the Grand Alliance if the party cadres, the party MLAs are all wooed by the BJP into their fold? Where does the opposition stand for 2019 then?
See, I see 2 readings in this. One is that it is the season of Aya Ram, Gaya Ram. it all started from Bihar, and now you have it reflected on Uttar Pradesh as well. So it is, if you look at Bukkal Nawab, he's also already got multiple cases of forgery against him. This was registered after Yogi government came into power. So he's trying to save his skin. He knows that his days are numbered in politics if he doesn't side with the one who's ruling Uttar Pradesh because of the criminal and corrupt cases against him. So Bukkal Nawab has grabbed the opportunity, hit out at the Samajwadi Party, which he didn't for such a long time. He doesn't have much following. So even Bukkal Nawab and Yashwant Singh's switch over, I don't read much into it. And secondly, the fact is that you have to see that BJP is going to have the last laugh, because if you look at the trends that are following, it is the BJP that is the favored party for these switchovers who are switching sides like anything. So the BJP is actually keeping quiet and enjoying the drama that is following in Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. Howsoever, we spoke to Naresh Agarwal and he said that we don't read much into Bukkal Nawabs and the likes of Yashwant Singh leaving because they are political opportunists. So really, it's going to be an exciting election in 2019 to cover.
Absolutely, Moushami. Is it just the start of the trend that one is seeing with party leaders defecting and flocking towards the BJP? Thanks for joining us for the moment.